Hi guys, I'm Michael Delage. I'm just a basic nerd. I'm planning on starting this YouTube series that's basically going to be all about Heroclix. For those of you who don't know, Heroclix is a very fun, very fast-paced, miniature-based war game where you take your favorite heroes from Marvel and DC and Assassin's Creed and all those types of movies and comic books and stuff like that, and you set them up on a board and you fight each other. It's a lot of fun. It's great fun. If you're interested, then that's probably how you found me. If you're not interested, I'm happy to explain it to you and teach you how to do it. And I've had this idea kicking around in my head with couple years experience and hero clicking behind me that I might as well start this YouTube channel. I mean, I'll be doing some reviews of sets. I'll do unboxings with some friends of mine. Probably some battle reports on things that happen around me. And yeah, it ought to be a lot of fun. So if you're interested, hit that like, subscribe, leave some comments. I'm happy to hear from you guys. So let me know and let's get to it. I figured I would start out with a Heroclix set that's pretty near and dear to me, the Nick Fury Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Heroclix set. It's got the Marvel Avengers, it's got Nick Fury, it's got a lot of really great people in it, and it's packed with some awesomeness. I figured I'd start with that, and I'd work my way up through the rarity levels, and I'll start with the commons, do a couple of videos on them, then the uncommons, and the rares, and super rares, and the chases, and I'll just work my way through the set. After this, I'll probably be doing a set review with a friend of mine who's got the entire DC War of Light set, of all things. So that'll be a lot of fun. Stay tuned if you're interested. Let's get going. Alright, to begin with, we're going to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Nick Fury himself. Now this guy is a freaking badass from start to finish. Created in the 1960s because Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were angry at Marvel. This guy is known as the original director of S.H.I.E.L.D., which stands for, hang on a second, it's a long title, so I'm going to make sure I get it all right. The name of S.H.I.E.L.D. stands for Strategic Hazard Intervention Espionage Logistics Directorate. Those of you who only watch the movies, and no shame there, I'm a little bit in that party too. A lot of comic book history to catch up on. The Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. I like that one a little bit better just because it's a little smoother if it's into the real world, just a tad better. But anyways, Nick Fury, he is a 65-point click. He comes with Indomitable. You can see in the bottom here that shield right there. He's got Indomitable. He's got a range of 5 single lightning, so he can attack one character 5 squares away. And let's see, he's got 2 star-based abilities. You can see the little star on his click right there, right next to the shield. He's got the Life Model Decoy, which is a personal favorite of mine, and the Rally ability. Now, the Rally ability in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., sorry, the Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. set. I keep calling it Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because there's so many S.H.I.E.L.D. agents in it, but the Rally ability shows up a lot, so I might as well get into it right now. Whenever a character with the Rally ability hits an opposing character, you gain an action total for your turn, which is pretty great when you're running S.H.I.E.L.D. because you're going to have a lot of guys and you don't have enough action totals to go around. But the Life Model Decoy, the first Nick Fury to be added to your force costs 65 points. That is the real Nick Fury. Really, it's like the 1960s-ish version, but it's the real Nick Fury. Every other Nick Fury, set number 001 from the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. set, is a Life Model Decoy robot that is serving Nick Fury, acting like him, talking like him, with the same mannerisms as him, but is not actually him. Now, they go into a lot more detail later on in the card to explain exactly how this plays out in gameplay, but right now you just need to know that you can run multiple Nick Furies on your team, and only the first one is 65 points, and every other one is only 25 points. To begin with, this guy's got stealth, precision strike, and toughness, which is pretty decent, so he can't be hit at range. He deals a little bit more guaranteed damage when he hits, and toughness, so he's not as easy to kill. He's got a special ability called Who's the Real One, but I'll get into that one after the breakdown. Then he transitions into Stealth, Precision Strike, Combat Reflexes, so when he takes that hit, and you know someone's going to be close range to beat him up, when he takes that hit, he gets a little bit better in close combat. Then he has that for a while. Then he gains Precision Strike instead of, he gains Penetrating Psychic Blast instead of Precision Strike, so he gets a little bit more range-based. You definitely have to do Penetrating Psychic Blast at range, whereas I don't know about Precision Strike. It comes up so rarely on my clicks that I'm not 100% on that. And then his final, he's got 5 clicks of life, and on his final click, he's got Regeneration and Outwit. So he's trying... At that point, he's trying to outsmart the opponent, and he's got to heal back up if he wants to stay in this fight. And it makes sense that they gave him regeneration because he's got the Infinity Formula rolling through his veins, which is very, very similar to the one that Captain America actually has, but it's not exactly the same. And the Black Widow has the Infinity Formula going through her as well. That's how she was around back in World War II during the initial run of her series. Now, those are the basics. His specialty, the Who's the Real One, which is a lot of fun. Nick Fury can use Shape Change, but if he fails the Shape Change roll, he can swap with another Nick Fury who's on the field. So if you have the real Nick Fury get shot at by somebody else, and you don't want the real Nick Fury to take any damage, you can switch him with a robot, and then the robot will die. Or if you have a robot, but you want to keep him on the field a little bit longer, and you want to just lose that, you want Nick Fury to take the hits because he's just a little bit better at it, or you want him to go into close combat or something, then you can move that real Nick Fury into the range of the attack, and he'll take the click. It's a pretty awesome ability. I like to use it just because it lets me play little mind games with my opponents. I can switch out robots, and he's not able to figure out which one's actually the real Nick Fury. I actually have to put a little mark on which one's actually going to be the real one so I can figure out where he is. But yeah, that's Nick Fury. Next up, we got a duplicate piece. You know, the ones that have a named character version and then a various character version. In this case, we have Maria Hill. She becomes a director of S.H.I.E.L.D. at one point, so she's kind of cool. And then we also have the Section Chief, which has the exact same sculpt, but this one is a named Maria Hill, who's a little bit more famous in the comics, whereas this one is just a generic Section Chief. And I'll go into each of them as we go through. Now, with the S.H.I.E.L.D. Section Chief, the generic, I'll start with that one first. She's got the simplistic dial, foot, fist, single shield, regular explosion, single lightning, 5 squares, so she can attack one character 5 squares away. You'll see some others show up in this set who have multiple lightnings and longer ranges, but 5 or 4 is pretty much the standard for these guys. She also has the rally ability, so she helps keep your team moving. And then, yeah, she's got a pretty basic look. She starts with running shot, toughness, leadership, which makes sense because she's a section chief, she's a leader. She keeps that, and then she transitions into sidestep, toughness, enhancement. So she kind of makes the run out, can use running shot to hit somebody, and then when she takes a hit and drops into sidestep, she can still make her attacks, but she can use the sidestep to get adjacent to somebody and help them out with enhancement. She's got 4 clicks of life, so she doesn't have a lot of staying power, but when she only costs 45 points, you're probably not expecting much staying power. You're buying cheap and buying a lot. But that leads us into Maria Hill. You may recognize her from the Avengers movie and Captain America Winter Soldier as Colby Smulders, I believe her name was. Robin Scherbatsky from How I Met Your Mother. That was Maria Hill. She's got, let's see, yep, she's got stealth, defend, and leadership, so she's also a leader. See, she's got range 6, so she can hit just a little bit further away, but again, a basic click, single lightning. She's got a double star, which I'll get into in a moment. Then she quickly gains Mastermind, Penetrating Psychic Blast, and Empower. So she quickly loses the leadership in place of being a little bit more hands-on. And then, yep, then she goes into Incapacitate, so that's when she starts getting a little desperate. Willpower, and then she regains her leadership but has very little damage, which makes sense with an Incapacitate. You're trying to stop the enemy from doing stuff so the other guys can do stuff. The other members of your team. And she's got 5 clicks of life, so she's pretty... She kind of sticks around for a little bit. Willpower lets her keep moving even without Indomitable, but I would have preferred Indomitable, to be honest. It would give her the ability to open up for Energy Shield Deflection, or Super Senses, or even just a basic Toughness. But she's got an ability that shows up quite a bit in the set called Changing the World. So she's pretty good at doing something that affects the opposing team. She's good at changing the world. Hers is Cracking Your Defense, which I should probably explain how Changing the World works. With Changing the World, if you have 2 characters who have the shield keyword who are adjacent to an opposing character, that opposing character can't use certain abilities. So let's say that this Hydra agent is an enemy that we're fighting, and Maria Hill is on the field right now, and she sees the Hydra agent. Then, let's say we have Nick Fury and this section chief who are currently flanking this Hydra chief. Now, because Maria Hill is on the field and the Hydra agent is flanked by these 2 shield team members, then her Changing the World ability would activate at this point. It would affect this Hydra agent, specifically this Hydra agent. So now I'll explain what Maria Hill's Changing the World ability is. Hers is called Cracking Your Defense, and what it means is that if the opposing character has 2 or more friendly characters with the shield keyword next to them, they can't use Willpower or Energy Shield Deflection. Energy Shield Deflection is great because with the shield team, you're probably running a lot of ranged characters, and you don't want the opponent to get that +2 to their defense from ranged attacks. But then she's also got this ability called Drop Zone, where basically, because Maria Hill is the captain, she summons up a helijet that will literally carry her up to 4 friendly characters with the shield keyword somewhere on the map. She also gets a +1d6 to her movement speed when she's occupying the starting area. So she's got to be in the starting area, and she starts with a 7. So if she wants to move out the rest of the shield team that you're running, she can do that plus a d6. So you're looking at 8 up all the way up to 13 squares as a starting maneuver. Because of the carry ability not allowing your characters to immediately attack, you're still a little limited. You got to set up for a defensive position, but it still lets you run out your force really quickly and take up the positions that you want on that field. But that was the Shield Section Chief and Maria Hill. So, next one. Actually, what next is actually the conclusion. This is a new web series sort of thing that I'm starting. I'm probably going to be kind of directing this channel towards Heroclix because it's such a major part of my my current experiences. If you guys liked this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I'll be unleashing quite a few more of these videos out there. I'm probably going to start doing some battle reports because the local comic book store is actually doing a War of Light battle tournament. It's doing a tournament for the War of Light set, and I'll be running the Indigo Love Lantern Corps, which should be a lot of fun. We'll see how I do. I'll upload those videos as I complete them. I'll probably use them to intersperse throughout this review, honestly. I'm also planning on doing some unboxings. A couple friends of mine are buying up some bricks, so I asked if I could tag along, shoot the video, and put it on the website. So keep an eye out for those. Yeah, if you guys liked, subscribe, share, comment, all that sort of fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video.